Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I'm excited to have this very incredibly patient friend of mine, Betsy Hughes. She is Track Shack, and we're here to talk about AdventHealth Corporate 5K, which is coming up May 8th. It's an evening event, an evening 5K. And Betsy has been very patient in putting up with my crazy schedule changes. So I want to go on record as saying thank you. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes who has been incredibly gracious with my time. And I'm super excited to have you on the show. Welcome, Betsy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. This works out great. Don't worry about all the cancellations. Everything's fine.
Because there is nothing worse for me. I do not like when I have to run into snags. And so I appreciate your patience. But enough about me. The show is about you and the upcoming 5K. But before we talk about that, let's talk about you. So give us a little history on Betsy Hughes.
Well, I am married to John Hughes. And in 1977, Track Shack of Orlando, a specialty running and walking store, opened here in Central Florida. We're about to celebrate our 48th anniversary for the store. And along with
Wow.
this, yeah, so along with keeping Central Florida very fit with shoes and clothes and the right technology to run and walk, we produce running and walking events. And the Advent Health Corporate 5K is very special to us. This year is the 31st annual Corporate 5K in downtown Orlando. And
Unbelievable.
because it's an evening event, and we encourage corporations and nonprofits to come and run and walk, it's like Central Florida's largest office party.
Oh my God, say that again. Central Florida's largest office party because you can walk and
You
run.
can, you can.
I love that. Tell me about the impetus behind Track Shack. How did that come in? How did Track Shack get invented? I love the name, of course. But tell us about Track Shack because I know everybody in town knows you and knows Track Shack, but where did that come from? Was it a passion for running? Did you all just all of a sudden one day decide, hey, we want to open this company? Where did it all come from?
Well, it's a little different than that, and many people don't know the actual history because John and I have owned it for so long. Both of us ran at Winter Park High School. Both of us ran in college. Three businessmen who were runners in 1977 opened Track Shack. 3 months later, John took over as the manager. Shortly after that, he bought out in 1978 one of the partners.
Wow.
So then he was a third owner, two silent partners, and this girl that ran locally at Winter Park High School needed a part-time job. So I started working at Track Shack. Then 4 years later, after I finished college, John and I were married. His two business partners that really weren't involved with the business wanted to sell. So in 1983, Track Shack became John's and my first baby.
That is a cool story. But
Yeah,
at
it
least,
is.
I'm happy to hear you were runners. I was almost expecting, we just decided running is a good thing and we should all start a company. You never know where it comes from. But I love that story. And I know for a fact since growing up here, Track Shack is just the name. Everybody knows Track Shack. We really do. So besides the 5K, what does Track Shack offer and do? I think a lot of people don't know. They just think running, but you do so much more in the community.
Well, we really do, especially fast forwarding 48 years, because when Track Shack opened, it really had an emphasis to help the runners in the community. And of course, back then, the whole running game wasn't that big in the United States. It's definitely grown over the years, and we had to grow with that. So we offer really the best shoe fitting anywhere. We have a staff that is not just well trained, but most of our staff are full time. This is their passion, it's their livelihood. They love what they do. And besides fitting shoes for runners and walkers, the health community really trusts us to take care of their patients. So we see a lot of folks from PT or perhaps a new knee, foot problems, obviously, but even back problems. And we're able to help them. For the runners in town, we have training programs that help them get ready for their first 5K or their Boston Marathon qualifier. We carry apparel. Besides the shoes, we carry any type of tech product, belt, water bottle, anything you need to get on the streets to exercise, whether you're running or walking.
Love it. And tell me about, we touched a little bit on it earlier, but tell me about your passion for this event, which is the AdventHealth Corporate 5K, which is May 8th, 6:45 p.m. Tell us about the passion for that. 31 years is a very, very long time in any kind of corporate 5K or event. But before we went live, you were talking passionately about it then too. So why is this event so important?
Well, it is really and truly the largest Central Florida 5K. And when we started it all those years ago, we had heard about a corporate 5K in Miami and one in Atlanta. So we trucked on down to Miami and saw this amazing event that took over the streets of Miami one night and was a blast. So we're like, we can do that. Let's go back to Orlando and get things going. And again, that was 31 years ago. We got, before the pandemic, we were up to 18,000 people participating in this event.
Wow.
And some were competitive. And to this day, we'll have the top few runners will finish before the last walkers start the 5K.
Wow.
So when you have this many people on the streets, it takes a while to get them all going. But pre-pandemic, almost 18,000. This year, we are finally getting back up there with our numbers. And this year, the AdventHealth Corporate 5K will have 15,000 participants. And it is a fun event. That's why you hear my passion.
I think the fun is what I've heard about the event as well. I know it is. I think people look forward to it because you can come in at any level. You do not have to be a 5K pro. You don't have to necessarily be a runner. You can walk it, which I think for a lot of people, they avoid 5Ks because they don't have that walking option. And for a lot of people, they want to get back, they want to be healthy, but walking is really where they're at. And so I love the fact that the options are there for people. And does it benefit? What does it benefit?
Well, we definitely have beneficiaries. There isn't a 5K, a 10K, or a marathon that we produce that doesn't raise money for a charity. And we do call them events because we do really want to include everyone, walking, running. This particular event raises meals for Second Harvest Food Bank, a charity very near and dear to my heart, but also our Track Shack Youth Foundation. We were able to start that in 1994, and the foundation funds youth athletics in the Central Florida area and the 5 surrounding counties, and sports programs for kids. You know, there's not always PE now in certain schools. So through the events, the foundation is able to give grants to various organizations. And it's that, again, is another very passionate charity for me. I mean, obviously, we started running as kids. We had kids that ran. Now we have grandchildren, and we think one might be a runner. So it's just so important to plant seeds when kids are young. So they want to do something athletic when they grow up. They don't have to be a runner, but they need to do something to stay healthy. And that's the whole importance of doing the corporate 5K, because you're opening the door to athletics, to grownups that might not have ever felt comfortable getting out there and walking. So our team captains are very important. We have them helping register people on their team, but also they are the ones that are like coaching the team. They're telling their participants about our training programs that you can find online at corporate5k.com. And of course, at Track Shack, we want to fit you with a good pair of shoes, whether you're walking or running. We want to encourage you to be comfortable that evening so you can have fun. Don't come in blue jeans. Don't carry your purse. Come and have fun. It's a 5K, but that's only 3.1 miles.
You can walk 3.1 miles. I could walk, even I could walk 3.1 miles. I don't know how you can't be excited about it when you listen to you talk about it, and having that a passion about it after 30 plus years tells me that you all have a reputation in town for giving back. And that's what I love most about Track Shack is that the giving back. A lot of people have the 5Ks and we don't know where they go, or they start nationally and we really have no idea locally where that funding goes. But the fact that you even have a passion, so much so that you created your own youth foundation, is a testament to yours and John's belief and excitement and passion about running and walking and being healthy and kids being healthy. It's funny, when I went to school, because I grew up here, I graduated from Colonial many moons ago. PE was the norm, but it has since not become the norm. And so there really isn't a lot of activity some of these kids have. They're just not exposed to it. And maybe they don't have the funding for it. And so to be able to bring that to them is such a blessing. Go ahead.
Last March, or just a month ago, we hosted the Smile Mile, and we've been doing that for many years, and it's for children age 5 to 11. And it's a great start for these young kids, just to find out that running can be fun. But what's different about Corporate 5K this year is we're having it in May. It's usually around the time that we do our taxes. And this year it is in May, on May 8th. And May is it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're also this year wanting to make sure that our participants know how important it is to exercise. Even if you get out and walk 3 times a week for 30 minutes, that's the best mental therapy you can do.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. Tell us how we can register. So if somebody wants to be a runner or a walker or participate or whatever level that they want to get involved, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can find out on our corporate5k.com website if their company has a team. We actually have 433 teams already registered. So then they can register with their team, or if they need to register as an individual, there's a way to do that too through Track Shack. You just go to our website and follow the prompts. It's easy peasy. We make it as simple as possible. And when you come out Thursday night on the 8th, don't come at 6:30. Downtown might be a little crowded with 15,000 runners and walkers. Yes. Get there early. Sunrail is hosting it. So if you have your bib, you get a free ride on Sunrail.
Nice. You all have really thought it out. I love it. No, I think it's so important. You all have made an impression and have made such a difference in our community with your outreach. A lot of companies, it's funny, they have events, but you all pour into your events, into your community, which is such a blessing to everybody, Betsy. So kudos to you and John and your family and the entire team at Track Shack for giving back so much for so many years. Many years. How is that possible? You're only 35. I know how this works.
I know. So our, you said friends and family. We can never, ever not give major kudos to our event team, our retail team. Natalie, who you mentioned earlier, has been with John and me and Track Shack events for 38 years.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's special. And our son, who actually is 35, now manages the retail part of Track Shack. So it is friends and family.
What a blessing. And I got to give a shout out, of course, to Michelle Michelle Plant for introducing us and getting this set up. I've always wanted to have you all on the show, and I just never got the connection to do it. So I'm very honored for you guys to be here. I think what you do, I know what you do, is changing lives. People don't understand that this kind of stuff, doing these events, having this availability, having a foundation, is generationally changing lives. And so kudos and much thanks and love to you guys. Get out there, go to trackshack.com, follow the prompts. You can walk the 5K, you all. So come out on May 8th to the AdventHealth Corporate 5K. Get out and support. Bring the family, but not your purse. And not your, I mean, come on. We want you to have a good time. There's a whole thing behind and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. And so I love that you're doing it then, because I agree. It just does something good for the soul and the mind when you are out there in the fresh air and around a whole bunch of people who want to be healthy. So kudos to you, Betsy. Much love to you guys. You all get out and support Betsy and the Advent Health Corporate 5K on May 8th. Go to trackshack.com and follow the prompts. You can always reach out to me and I'll get you to Betsy and the team. But thank you so much for being on the show and for being patient with me.
Oh, Ted, this was so much fun. Thank you.
I'm excited for you all. May 8th, everybody. Corporate 5K, 6:45 at night, but don't get there that late. We want to make sure you are there and ready to go. Thanks, Betsy, so much, everybody. Get out and support this amazing organization, this amazing 5K. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.